Hey, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. So today is a very exciting video for me and hopefully for you too, because I'm finally able to document this chapter of reaching my first ever take profit trader payout. I've gotten to this point many times before where I've been funded, I've hit the payout threshold, and then I just end up giving more money back because I want to make more to withdraw by the end of the day. And essentially I go against myself. But this time I ensured that I lock in what I have because it was a really great shorting day and make sure I pay myself, and also breaking this Q1 2025 curse that I placed on myself. So finally having some leeway, some momentum with my first payout. I'm really excited. So with that being said, feel free to grab a bag of popcorn, like the video, subscribe, and let's jump into my screen. So before going into the withdrawal process, as I've done in past videos similar to this, I want to talk about my experience and the timeline leading up to this first ever payout. So going back to August of 2024, where I was formally introduced to Take Profit Trader, was by a good trading friend named Christina. So shout out to Christina. She was listing out all the great benefits about trading with TPT, and there was not a lot of marketing, in my opinion, or as much hype as there is now around TPT compared to before. But honestly, it seemed like perfect timing. This was the point of my trading career where I was starting to look into expanding into different firms and hopefully getting to a place where I can scale even further. And of course, with all the benefits that my friend listed out, it just made sense to me. So I got my first evaluation, a 150K account, and I blew it, as you can tell by the screen. And then I reset that one, and then I blew it again. So it wasn't too good when it came to the first go around. And what I've noticed over the course of my evaluation accounts with TPT is that for some reason, for me personally, I felt a bit harder to pass these accounts. A part of it could be that I was so itchy to get that daily payout already. Another part of it could have been knowing that I have to wait 2 days to actually pass instead of one whole day. I can make the whole profit target amount. Other things could be there, but the main thing was probably that I was just rushing the evaluation. I think that's a very common trait that people have when it comes to evaluation accounts. They just want to hurry up and get to the funded stage. And I do believe, honestly, if I went back in time, as every trader would probably say and that has said, is just taking their time when it comes to their trades and letting everything play out. That would be the best thing. But obviously it's hindsight. Fast forward to now, finally made it, and I didn't make the mistake of trying to make more money and be more greedy. So that was the other thing that held me back, was just being so greedy of trying to make money simply because the daily payout option. So if you didn't know, with TPT, you get to take out daily withdrawals. There's no window you have to meet, there's no 5 or 10 or 20 trading days you have to make. The only set amount that you have to begin with is making the 4,500 on the 150K funded account at least. And then from there, starting to be able to pay yourself. And so for me, I wanted to, make the 4,500 and plus X amount more because I wanted to have a nice hefty daily payout for my first day. And every time I did that, I kid you not, every time I did that, I would blow the account the same day. So it was always about rushing. It was always about trying to make more and being greedy and honestly just lack of risk management. But that's something that we all have to work on. And I know it's something I have to work on. And that was part of this experience. And again, in hindsight, my timeline to reach the payout would have been shorter if I'd just been more responsible and accountable for that. But we finally made it. So that was the first few months. And then coming into December is when they had that really huge deal of the 40% off lifetime, no activation fee, and then I believe it was a 100% test refund on your first payout. So by then, everyone was starting to dip into TPT, and the hype around them grew so much. And eventually, I think it was in January of this year, where daily loss limit was removed, and even more people started to dip into the company. So that was when I decided I really need to just lock in, right? This is a great deal. It's a new year. I really need to just stop messing around. So Q1 of 2025 has been a curse for me. If you've been following me on Twitter especially, I'm much more active there talking about just things. And also on my YouTube community posts, I'm starting to get back into the swing of things, of posting there too. It's just been a bit rough for me. And so I really wanted to turn things around. I took a trading break. I came back. I did really well. Then I do bad, do really well. So it's been a really weird quarter. But tying it back to my experience and this timeline with TPT is that this is my first payout of 2025 and my first payout with Take Profit Trader. So it's that much more special. So we've come a long way, and I'm so grateful for everything so far. I will say that based on my experience and my notes about TPT since I started with them of August 2024, is they are very smooth. From the account creations, it's pretty quick. It doesn't take the 10, 15, 30 minutes it says. Sometimes it's faster, usually like within like 2 to 3 minutes in my experience. Also, the customer support is pretty immediate with their responses. And if they don't have the answer, of course, they'll let you know, and then they'll send you an email update too. So it's nice that they are responsive there. They're very direct with their responses too. There's not as much bubbliness to it. They just want to give you the answers that you're looking for. So if you want to cut down on time with looking for things, the customer support team is very quick to let you know and very direct about their answers. When it comes to the account creation, at least on the funded side versus the eval side, it does take about 24 hours. So what I will say is that their dashboard doesn't update as quickly, in my opinion, compared to other firms, and that's okay. You know, every server is different because they still do update it by the end of the trading session. So I believe it's anywhere between 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or I'm sorry, that might be 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when they're actually really updating things. And then usually the following morning for the funded account is when you'll get the information if you've passed, etc., etc. So it takes a little bit more time for them to kind of go through things, but I think that is more than okay. It doesn't mean they're not working or anything. I would say that because you're given that heads up notice anyways, it's up to 24 hours for everything to kind of go through. It's really hard to be upset about it when they've already listed out what you could expect, right? So across the board, very smooth process with them, very smooth and direct team. And now I get to finally experience the smoothness, hopefully, in this process of withdrawing some money. So let's go ahead and move over to that screen and get that started. So this is the control center where I'm able to withdraw the money. I've already selected the pro account I'll be taking money from. It's the only pro account I have. I have some more evals about to rebill soon, but this is my main squeeze right now, and hopefully continuing to take more money from it. But my current account balance is $157,777.50. 7's my favorite number, so I thought that this was such a crazy number to be taking a payout from, and it's my first payout of 2025. So it's a special one for me. It's a special one. And then my total amount I'm actually able to withdraw, if I do want to tap into my buffer balance, is the 7,000 that I made, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'll be taking the 3277 here because that will be the amount after my 4,500 drawdown that I've made. So what I'll do now is click on withdraw here and type in the number. So we're going to take the full amount because it's only real once you actually have it in your bank account. And after the 20% fee, because it's an 80-20 split only in the pro account, so right now 80% to me, 20% to the company, I'll be walking away with $26.22. Let's go ahead and send the request. And there we go. So it's in progress, and hopefully I'll get it soon. I heard that it could take up until the next morning, usually if you request it at nighttime, sometimes faster. But it's all good in the hood because I will go ahead and just let that be deducted, and I'll make sure to come back and give you guys the update. So as I'm waiting for that confirmation email to come my way, whenever it does, hopefully it comes by today, but if not, I'll probably stop recording and come back tomorrow morning. I want to touch base about my chart and what I've been seeing from the market and how I was able to really capitalize on the amount I made today, just following my bias and just letting the idea kind of play out. But looking into today, we had quite a bit of imbalances from yesterday, and we finally covered the rest of them today. The first two are right here. The one from yesterday wasn't fully filled, and in my opinion, 15-minute imbalances typically like to get filled. So overnight, we finally had that fill. We also did have some resistance coming into the New York Open with these levels here. This is pretty much, in my opinion, an accumulation. We had the manipulation to gather the rest of these imbalances created from the 15-minute time frame. And we swept them all, and we used that as momentum to push higher into the rest of this 15-minute imbalance to get it filled. Trump started to speak about tariffs and the global war and all these different things. And he does have these random conferences, and so that's why, in my opinion, if price wanted to go up, if Trump didn't speak, it could have, but because he started speaking about all these things that have not been, been helpful with the market keeping it up, as you've noticed over, again, the last 5 to 8 days, I was anticipating further shorts to go ahead and step in. So if I break this down also into a 5-minute time frame, I noticed that accumulation, manipulation down, first flag up for distribution, second flag up for distribution. But after this point, we aren't breaking any higher, right? We pretty much have an M like McDonald's, we have a triple top, call it whatever you want, but we're not breaking any higher. And instead we start to take the lower lows, and we're breaking through this, what was support, very easily. Another thing that has been really helpful for me, to be honest, is having the London Open, close, and the New York Open listed out on my charts. Most of these boxes are actually created through these two indicators I use, so hopefully this can be helpful for you too. This is the range separator plus. It's free on TradingView. These are my rules that I have set up for them. If you have it too, feel free to comment below any tips about how to use it more effectively. And then my second indicator I use to help to create these imbalances. Some of them are incorrect though, because I like to have 3 candle bodies in the same direction, whereas sometimes it creates one where it's only 2 candle bodies in the same direction. So those ones I ignore, such as this one right here. See, it's a black, blue, blue. I prefer it to have like black, 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 or blue, blue, blue in order for the imbalance to be valid. So I wouldn't even consider this to be an imbalance in my opinion, but that's how the indicator is created, and this is my set for that as well. And here's everything else. So the higher time frame analysis basically helped me with understanding that we're continuing to sweep lower, and that's what I would like to see. Noticing that Trump's speeches are typically bearish over the last 8 days. Seeing that support and resistance zones have been respected, noticing on the lower time frame as well, triple tops or patterns like bear flags, bull flags playing out, and also the use of the session closes and opens have been really helpful. And then lastly, of course, my main strategy is imbalances, so using imbalances to help me with levels and certain entries and exits as well has been really good. So that's kind of like the breakdown of what I saw today, and noticing that price was respecting and rejecting certain places, and what I've noticed on the higher time frame, and just using that to my advantage. So a few hours have passed, and I did receive this email right here that shows the money's been removed from my pro account balance and sent to my TPT wallet. From the wallet, I withdrew everything, and within 24 hours or so, it should be in my bank account. Real tangible money. I'm so freaking happy, and I honestly feel so blessed to be able to use this skill of trading to be able to withdraw money from the markets, and most importantly, to be able to share it all with you guys. Like, this milestone is huge in my opinion for myself, my own personal journey, because it's not very often we have a first time ever payout from a company. Once you have your first payout, the rest of the payouts are just payouts, and they are special, but it's not the same as the first one. So being able to share this moment with you guys is huge. But on top of that, being able to like look back at the past 2+ years of posting on social media, seeing the amount of people that have been a part of the community and continuing to grow, watching your guys' growth as well, from going from eval to funded to payout to moving to your own personal live, etc., etc. Like, it's been so beautiful, and this journey has been nothing short of sweet and inspiring, yet also difficult and tiring. I feel like a lot of my videos and posts that I've done feel so cringy and embarrassing and shameful, but at the same time, it's been positive and uplifting to know that there's been progress that's been made. This whole trading dream, this thing that I didn't think could be real, is actually real. This is my reality now, and I finally have some skill in this where I could take money out from the markets. So I'm really looking forward to just more growth, more leveling up in the next coming months, in the next coming years, and just making sure I enjoy every single moment, because it can be easy to feel trapped to focus on all the red and all the losses, and sometimes it can be easy to only focus on the green and all the money. And it's important to enjoy both, because that's the beauty of our journey, just to smell the roses along the way, so to speak. So thank you so much to every single person out there that has watched any one of my videos, that has engaged with me in any type of way. I am super grateful, and I really hope that you guys are also, again, leveling up to where you want to be. I appreciate your time and support. I wish you guys nothing but the best and the most success in all that you do, and I will see you all in the next video.